I'm a notorious war criminal. According to the TRC, am I truly a war criminal? Have I been declared as such by the competent court?
Never.
No. If the TRC was a book to be believed, the Election Commission will not give me accreditation to run. Okay. The Liberian Senate or different tribes, different representations will not elect me on web ballot to represent Liberia in the ECOWAS Parliament as the third deputy speaker. Okay? So the point you're making noise, the Honorable Larry Yonkwe, I understand when he's passing now, he passed the order because he can't do what I did. It's shame. Shame. You know?
So, Senator Johnson, why are you moved whenever the name TRC War Crimes Code is moved?
No, I'm not moved because
most often you talk about it.
You know why I talk about it? No. You have people in the law house who read the law upside down. Do you know the Constitution had never been taught? I'm 67, had never been taught in the Republic. In school, no. So you got more lawmakers who are bobo, who say they go to school but they don't read. Now, first thing, the TRC was never a court. What the TRC did after its establishment was to invite Liberians. I'm one of those that were invited. When I appeared from in the morning to 7:30 in the evening, what happened? They only asked me whatever you will say here will not be used against you in any court of law. Just give your experience about the war. So is it my experience why I fought that you took to convict me and call me a notorious war criminal in your book? When you say a man is a war criminal, it means you have convicted him. So why are you looking for war crime code now? Look for jailhouse and put me. Because after conviction, sentence. So you can't convict us. All those that appear before the TRC, we saw no one that complained that Prince Johnson did this or did that. It's the TRC explaining about people in their book. So is that a court?
Do you feel embarrassed being called war criminal?
Yeah, because you see, you can't destroy people's record. Reputation is hard or something. It's what they use to stigma me. So when I'm running for the presidency, they know I can win. So they use that to rape, they use that to blackmail. So if I can be president, I'm president of my university, I'm here. I'm ambassador for Christ.
But do you have intention of becoming president of this country?
Prince Johnson, our leader. Prince Johnson, our leader. Prince Johnson, our leader.
Why have intention of becoming president of this country?
Let me tell you this. I ran for president. Had I been the president, I would have done many things unusual. I would politically or legislatively break down the government through decentralization.
But you supported this government.
Listen, I'm coming for that. I would have decentralized political governance constitutionally so that people can elect who govern them in the countries. I would have made good my promise. But people come to power, all government, all candidates come to lie. They use decentralization as a platform. When they get it, they don't because they want to centralize power. If I have been the president, I will focus on education also to make sure that those community colleges that are not standard, that are up to standard, a lot of things will be done, okay? But since I am not, you can't question God. But I'm glad that I'm ambassador of Christ and I own a university, a decent one, not bati chicken hut.
Over 50 of your colleagues have already signed.
No, listen.
Asking for the
listen,
to be established.
Listen. Those people are on the wrong part of history. The first thing, if there was to be a war crime court, it's not possible in Liberia.
Why?
One key thing, the Rome Statute. I went to Japan with Wale Duna and Laha Lasana. We brought it to Monrovia to have it ratified in 2003. It was after our war. So you cannot, it's not applicable to Liberia. That's one. Two, you have an amnesty law passed by the 51st legislature, granting amnesty to all factions in the republic who fought in the war. So you cannot have war crime court and amnesty in the same country. Amnesty for who? For all those who fought. Then you say war crime court. Why you didn't bring war crime court from Ghana?
So if they could have been established in...
It will not be established, so just leave that. It's a garbage. Don't even worry about that.
But why you feel so bitter about the issues of war crime code? There are many listed names.
No, I'm not bitter. But those who are talking about it, they are stupid. because they don't have sense. They are stupid because they know there are legal instruments that prevent that from happening. But they turn it upside down. There are legal instruments. They are stupid, including Tewon Gonglo too.
What are some of those?
You know what? You know what? I just told you. There's an amnesty law. Listen. No. We didn't even invite them here, but they came. Leave them from the station that answer to me. Leave it.
Let's leave it.
The first thing Tewon Gonglo good are stupid. You know what? Those damn lawyers under Tewon Gonglo leadership should have kept mute until War Crime Court comes. When it comes, then we who will be implicated will look for a lawyer among them to represent us. But when you lawyer go to Kakata and endorse War Crime Code, that means you are compromising yourself.
Yes, Senator, you spoke this morning earlier with one of our sister radio. You said in 2 years you will be offering a bachelor's degree at this university.
Not 2 years, no. We are
in
opening.
2 years' time.
No, you didn't understand. You see, you listen, but you don't hear. That's what I say. People read. You know, the Ethiopian was reading when the Spirit of God led Philip. Go to that Ethiopian eunuch, a big man from Ethiopia. He's reading from the book of Isaiah 53. But he doesn't understand. Go and teach him. So Philip went to him. He said, sir, excuse me, do you understand what you read? And the Ethiopian eunuch said, how am I going to understand if you don't interpret to me? So you need interpretation. You are the Ethiopian eunuch. Okay. I said we are opening, registration start January. We start with AA and BSc immediately. In 2 years after that, master. That you here, you will come. He's the president of the university, Dr. Gonza Mantari. Okay, so I only brought you for the development, but you want top politics, I will be a Yake Koloba, I will give it to you. Well, when I was in Nigeria, in exile, preparing to come back home, I was contemplating on what to be done. What would be my contribution in the development of post-war Liberia? And so the Lord spoke to me that the war is over. I'm ordaining you to go and preach my word. After that vision, the second vision was seeing myself preaching to a larger crowd. In my vision, I was preaching to a very large crowd. And then when I woke up, the idea came to my mind to build an educational foundation. Okay. After war, people get traumatized. The war drove so many people into exile. Infrastructure broke down. So the way I would give back to my people was to establish the educational foundation and the PYJ Educational Foundation Scholarship Scheme, which is available now. We're sending many students from our school and other places to university. So we did a foundation in Monrovia, and a lot of people say, oh, this man is too discriminative. You see, he's from Nimba. He has neglected the people in Nimba. He built school in Monrovia. He don't care about his own people. But you see, Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1 says, there's a time and a season for everything. What we did was for Monrovia. They didn't know that we got planned for the bigger picture. In Monrovia, we had 2 schools, elementary, junior, and senior high school, that is now overpacked, overcrowded with students, low school fees, qualified teachers. Those students pass the wire and watch.
So this project is a boost for Nimba and the people of Liberia?
A complete boost for Nimba. Charity begins at home. Okay? Nobody in this republic, the 15 political subdivision, nobody, no lawmaker, no presidential candidate has ever done this.
In terms of monetary value, how
but
much?
we're still building. I said 5.5 million when we are There is a Roman of misinformation that have been given to you, that the road you see that is being paved and tarred is the work of Joshua. That is a bloody lie. That is a bloody lie. Let me say this to you. What you cannot do for yourself, you can do for me. All the positions, the classical position in this republic, all the lucrative position in this country, he centralized it to the southeastern region. Everything, the big position, he gave Nima County Post Office. Who is posting letter? He made Bangura deputy minister. Deputy minister does not go to cabinet meeting. What we signed, the document we made, the agreement, it called for 4 ministers to begin with, 4 deputy ministers to begin with, 5 assistant ministers to begin with, managing directors, ambassadors, and so forth. He denied us of all those positions. Apart from that, the metal steel, the iron ore belongs to government. Are you hearing me? The iron ore belongs to government. But the caucus arranged with Madam Salih and Joe Boyka's government, Ambassador Boyka's government, to ensure that what Lamco used to do should never be done during the administration. Lamco was taking the iron ore and never gave us anything. So we all arranged with the government when they did the MDA. And in the MDA, that is a Mineral Development Agreement, they put in there $1.5 million for Nima County every January, every year. Mr. Joshua came to power. As I speak to you, all of our money that have been deposited in the central bank by Metal Steel, Joshua has stolen our money because the money is for us. It's not for him. If you want to take our money, why don't you have the mind, the guts to even appeal to us? That we're borrowing your money, we're going to use it and pay back. They stole our money and built houses, big houses, 49 condominium for himself. So the iron ore is going. Nima County money, 1.5 million is going. How much does he have for us right now? He has $9 million United States dollars for us as I speak to you today. So as I was talking about this money, even in County 12, we were in this district, I talk about the money, I talk about your positions, he never paid attention to it. While pressing on and pressing on, then wonderful things begin to happen. They begin to kill the auditors. The auditors who got the records for the money they stole, they kill them so that the evidence can be destroyed. Then Judge Weir, I don't know whether he's a pastor. I love the Muslim. I love all religious people. But I know many years back, he was in Saudi Arabia. He joined Islam, and his name is Usman. How can Usman now open a church? He stands on the pulpit when he is not baptized. He stands on the pulpit to preach. He is not ordained. That makes me wonder. So one day he stood on the pulpit and he said, "My people of Liberia, y'all listen, oh. The dead body y'all saw in the car on Broad Street, they were making man and woman business. What a blatant lie." Gifty Lama was an astute Christian, a devout woman of God. She was not a prostitute. She left her husband home. They called her that night to bring all her records for review. They used her workmate to call her, not knowing they had already arrested the workmate when they called him. When she got there, they grabbed them. Presumably, they took them to the beach after killing them because in the car, there was so much sand. S-A-N-D. I left my house when I heard about the people in the car dead. I went there and they said carbon monoxide. That is not true. They killed them because they don't want the evidence of what they told to be known. The way they killed Gifty Lama and her mate is the same way Joshua was killed. And they said he jumped through the window. That is not true. Was he drunk? He drove his car from where he was. They opened the Omega Market. He was there. He drove the car to his house. He parked the car. He climbed up. He didn't make accident en route, but in the house he would go jump through the window. And where they said he jumped was not where he was found. And if you jump through the window and you drop and your head bust, the blood will flash. That was not the case. 3 boys were invited by St. Moses to repair the motorbike. This motorbike was given to him by one ex-soldier, Blamo. Blamo's son is the one who used to do the repair. They sent for them and they disappeared. They killed them. Today we cannot find them. That's the uncle of my wife, son we're talking about. You know why they carried the bodies? They carried the body to St. Moses. Gifted Lama and the boy who they killed. They carried the 2 bodies to St. Moses for autopsy. St. Moses is already a principal suspect in the disappearance and the alleged death of the 3 boys. How dare you carry people there for autopsy? But the government, under Mr. Weir, maximally gave protection to St. Moses. Today, those boys are missing and nobody knows where he is. The $25 million that they took. I won't talk too long because of the time. But they killed auditors. The American government has already indicted George Weah-led government.
Well, during the political city in Liberia, of course, the late Senator Prince Yomin Johnson was the forefront of the Unity Party campaign in Nimba County. And tonight we have with us one special person. For a very long time, we've not had a person. Lorena Donke join us here tonight on the show. We're going to be discussing a lot of things around Liberia. So when I saw her in the back, I tried speaking to a few people that told me, whoa, we all going to join tonight and listen to the show, because most often when Lorena joined the show is balanced, is more balanced than we think it's going to be. So as she's joining tonight, all of us going to follow. So Voice of BKS is also relaying the show tonight. My man Jackson Miaman is in the back. We're going to bring him on very shortly. Of course, it's going to be a wonderful show here tonight too as well. And I want to say good evening to all of you and welcome to the show here this evening. It's great to have all of you, our listening audience. It's great to have all of you on the show here too as well. And we want to say good evening to all of you and welcome.
I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I can't stand no more, cause I'm a fool. I cannot go to school, cause no more money.
Of course, I cannot go to school for because there's no more money too as well.
Hey, yo, excuse me, mister.
Hey, what's up to all of you watching us on Facebook? Promotions Alexander Tinteo Junior. Let's say what's up to you and welcome to the show.
I wonder how you make your head.
Melvin Flomo. What's up to you and welcome to as well. Mario Kroma, as always, from Complex City Nima County. Siliki Tori. What's up to you and welcome to the show here too as well. And of course, our first female giant is joining us here too in a very long time. She's been based on some
every day, but I'm really still getting confused now.
It's a national issue,
and I just want to.
She's joining us here today on the show.
I see some questions.
It's going to be a wonderful conversation. Nathan Gua is following us on Kigali City. Hey Nathan, what's up to you and welcome to the show, my brother.
He some money, he said be some presidency, he said be some technology, he said be some war. Tell me, we got make your head on. Oh, we got make your story. Yeah. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got make your head on. We got make your story. Yeah. There is no job, no money for hustlers. Come take a coverage, the rainy season coming soon. In the ghetto, all the houses are full of leakage, nowhere to sleep. Come and see the widow, living in the street with her children. Since the daddy went to war to fight, he never lived to see them. The children have no shelter, oh, children have no education. The children have no one to call their friend, the children have no food to eat.
Well, let's bring you some major headlines from Liberia today. Before we bring on the folks too as well. Liberia's economy records 5.2% growth. Central bank cuts policy rate to support businesses and investment across Liberia. The Liberians living abroad will have to return home to vote in 2029, calling to the National Election Commission to as well. And away from Liberia, West African leaders endorsed 25 billion Atlantic gas pipeline project to connect African countries and Europe. These plus many more stories are going to be discussing for you here tonight on the show. The MDR in Nima County, a Nima-based political party, we may simply say, having a political fraction too as well. We are told folks are fighting. There is two fractions currently. There are folks who support the Vice President Jeremiah Kpankong, and there are folks who also support the current Senator Samuel Kog.
How many people do you help?
So who is the current standard bearer of the party?
Out there,
But what I do know is that Vice President Jeremiah Kpankong
most especially
have told media in
people.
2024 that he resigned from the MDR and joined the United Party.
No job, no
But where is this information coming from?
money.
He's still a member of the MDR. And these plus many more stories we have for you here tonight on the show.
Just no glory.
We're going to be discussing all of them here too as well.
No help for poor man. That's what we know. How many people do you love? How many people do you cherish? How many people do you help out there? Most especially poor man.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, CEO? What's up, my man Jackson?
So
Before we bring our man
this
on, you know
is our
she's been
guest
with
tonight.
a long
So you
time,
gotta keep,
so
you gotta
we
keep her
gotta
in
pave
the
the
back.
way here at the ceiling for her. CEO, how you doing this ceiling, Chief?
You can hear me? You guys can hear me? Junior, can hear you.
No, I'm hearing all of you clear.
Sis Larina, you can hear me? So Junior, you gotta go out and come back. Junior, you gotta go out and come back. All right. So anyway, welcome to the show. It's great having you guys on here tonight. Clinton, welcome to BKS TV. We missed you a few days. I know that people have been asking you why you're not relaying. Hopefully they are listening tonight. The goal was to have our show tonight, connect with the people, talk to them, listen to them about some news around the country and all that stuff. Also, we want to say, I know Janelle was just talking there. Welcome to our sis, the lone female. We call it Iron Lady. She's the only female on this BKS platform. And we miss her so dearly, man. It's been a lot of people have been asking me, inboxing me, and all that stuff. But I'm glad that she popped in. I was going to be a little late, but when I saw her in the back, I said, no, I can't miss this show tonight. We gotta go in there. But what's going on, Clinton? What's going on in Nimba County there in Booyah? What's the latest?
All right, CEO, thank you very much. I've been out, like you said, due to some connection, internet, connectivity, and all of you. But we pray to God that everything is good. And what is happening on here currently is the second phase of Honorable Boris B. Balier Thank You Tour begin tomorrow. But then the momentum of it, the Honorable just enter. We are seeing like 4 to 5 cars in the district, to be precise, in Butu, and the convoy just enter. And it was something that surprised a lot of people, talking about, it's just campaign time, because the way the Honorable enter, that's the meeting that's happening right now in the district, the second phase of Honorable Boris Balier Thank You Tour in the district.
Thank you, Junior. You can hear me before I go to Sis Lorena. Mr. Jiong Ping, host, you can hear me? Yeah, I think the host having some technical issues here tonight. Welcome to the show, Sis Lorena. It's been a long time. Welcome. BKS TV family, missed you. How you been? What's been popping? How's everything?
Yes, good evening, Arvin. Good evening to, I'm not seeing the name well, Jackson.
Yeah,
And
Nick
good
Jackson.
evening to our audience on Facebook, YouTube, and the radio land. I'm good. I've just been busy with work.
Right.
And then at the same time, school. But anyway, I closed 2 months ago. Um, but I just thought it was that maybe at least twice a week I can come on the show to stay, make my presence felt on the show. Probably not in the same capacity as before, but still being objective and still giving balanced information. Um, yes, so I'm happy to be back here tonight after more than 3 months.
Okay, I think it's US.
No, I'm back. I'm back. I had to go, multitasking. You are a sports fan. You are a Chelsea fan. And we all watched what happened yesterday. I know you watched the game. I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but Junior, you can hear me now. Okay. I just wanted to hear your take on what happened yesterday. What's your take on the entire World Cup? Your take on Messi, your take on Argentina, your take on FIFA favoring Messi. That's my take, and that's my personal opinion. Who were you rooting for? What do you think about Spain victory? What do you think about the entire World Cup?
Okay, so the World Cup, from the time African team were all put out, my excitement, my enthusiasm for the World Cup kind of reduced. Okay, so but then I took interest in Argentina for the fact that people just thought to go at Argentina in a negative way because of Messi. And it kind of it became relatable. I can relate that when Nima Kante is playing, the Kante me.
Yeah, I think network is tripping there. But Junior, welcome. I'm gonna take over. I was just asking for her perspective on the game yesterday.
I will be rooting for the side Messi is on, because I can relate to that pain. I can relate to what it means for people to just go against you because they feel you are a shining star. It often happens to Nima Kandi. So, but technically, I'm not a fan of the two countries, but I just took a side because I can relate to the thing of Messi as an environment, as the Messi in Liberia, as a Brazil in Liberia. I can relate, so that's why. For Victory SU one, so I really don't it's not even that take anything away from me or add anything to me.
Yeah, before Junior coming there, Junior, Lorena and myself go back and forth when it comes. She's a Chelsea fan, so automatically.
So for this reason, I will not give you the opportunity to speak. She's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah,
I think this is the only reason why we agreed, because I'm a Chelsea fan too as well. So I will not take anything from Chelsea. We play our preseason match yesterday, our first preseason match. We won 7-0. And Manchester United play our preseason match, the first preseason match, they beat them 3-0. So I don't know why you can't tell me.
No, the question I want to ask her, she said African team. So she watched all the African games. So what's your take on the way Chelsea, Egypt versus the same Argentina that you're rooting for, Cape Verde versus the same Argentina that you're rooting for? If you really, really rooted for African team, I don't think Argentina would have been your first choice. What's your take on that? Because I think they cheated Egypt and Cape Verde.
Okay, so I didn't say I was rooting for African team. I said my excitement and enthusiasm that when all African team was, so like when I'm coming from work, I'm in the traffic, I want to get home soon to be able to watch the game. Because African team was, but then it kind of reduced. I was still watching the game because I love the game, but I was not watching because I had a side. And then I had never been rooting for Argentina but I can relate to the story of Argentina as a Nigerian. That's what I said. Just connect it down.
All right, I'll stop there. John, take over because Shima said we'll go back and forth here on the whole sports thing. I disagree.
When it comes to the issue that she supports Chelsea and the fact that she supports African team, I believe that we share the same philosophy when it comes to the World Cup. The only reason why I supported Spain last night was the fact that I didn't want Messi to win. With a long history of not wanting Argentina to win when it comes to the issue of their racism, when it comes to their participation into the slave trade and all of that. That's the reason why I didn't want them to win, but not for any other reason. But then when it comes to them not letting, a black incorporate with their country national, that's the reason I didn't want them to win. So on this issue, I think Madam Lorena and myself, we share the same philosophy. And I would have been like her last night to just be a victory fan. But then I thought it was that as a student of history, I could not sit back and watch Argentina win with all of the history it had. But Jackson is here tonight on the show. Jackson will be playing a very great role tonight, soliciting calls from our people so that we can hear from them on the major happenings across the district and across the county too as well. But let's go to the majority of the issue. We want to start with the protest. Man, Lorena is here tonight. I don't know whether she will want to have a take on this issue, but I'm very sure that she will. Man, Lorena, you followed the protest of Stand. The theme of the protest was lead or leave. And that lead or leave means either you lead the Liberian people or you leave. Serving the Liberian people. But then a lot happened during the protest. Number one thing that occurred was the executive not being present to receive the petition of the protest. Another thing that happened was Mobad Malu and his guys allegedly arresting arm from an officer of Liberian National Police, and he didn't turn over the arm to the Liberian National Police the same day and turn it over the next day after he was being arrested, quote unquote arrested, and questioned before he turned over the arm. Now, I want to get your perspective. All of you, the CEO, my man Jackson, my man Lorena, I want to get your perspective on the way protest is being held in Liberia.
So before you get to Lorena, I just want to do a disclaimer there. I think she's going to speak to it, but you remember when she came on the show, she said her participation going forward, it may not be as detailed as it used to be before.
Sorry, yeah. I was not present, so I was kind of a little step back.
Yeah. So when the topic comes, we'll discuss it. When she feel comfortable to chip in, she will chip in there.
Yeah, I think it's very comfortable for us to chip in. I know. Let me try to put it this way. Madam Lorena, your mother. What's your take on the 19 million drugs issue? Let me put it that way.
You're muted now. Lorena, you're muted.
Okay, sorry. So one of the things that we campaigned against in 2023 was the issue of drugs. And when I say we, because it is a very open secret that I supported the rescue government, and I still do support the government. And so we campaign against drugs. And there were times that there was a story that was not story, but there was an incident of 100 million drugs in country that just died down some way, somehow. And now there's 19.2 million. And my take on it is that the government or the responsible institution of the government must be able to do the investigation with emphasis on must. It's not because the people just do something just for the camera and for Facebook and for the news, but they should actually do the right thing. And I like the fact that the president has said, no matter who you are that is associated with this, they will have no mercy on you. So we just hope that all those involved will be brought to book, because if our country to be used as a hub for transiting drugs, it also put a dark cloud on our image on the international stage. So people are afraid to do business with us. People are afraid to invest in our country, because once you are hot, anything can happen anytime in the security wise. So I just hope that the right thing will be done. And as the president has said, we hope that the LDA, the police, they will all work together and bring all those involved to book. That's what I would say.
Your mother, women have been the major contributor to Liberia's growth and development. During the war, women play a very critical role in ending the war in Liberia. How would you say, as a supporter of this government, how would you say they've been handling this 19.2 million drug issue so far?
Yeah, so I remember there was a protest and say no to drug protest. I think early this year. Was it early this year or some of the last year? And I was,
this year, August 17.
August 17 this year or last year?
This year. No,
But
last
we're not
year,
in
sorry.
August yet.
Last year, sorry.
So,
August 17. August 17 last year.
I was a part of that protest because my church was a part of the protest. The where they now call Harvest need to be built toward RE. The whole church, our whole church in Liberia was a part. We even sold the t-shirt, so I was a part of that protest. And most of the people from my church who were in that protest were women, though we had some men among us. And so I also saw that recently when this 19.2 million drug issue came about, I saw some posts on Facebook where some women also protested. So the whole thing, a protest is a part of our democracy. So once you say you are running a democratic form of government, people will always protest. Once it is peaceful, people will protest. So I think the women should speak out more. Let me say we should speak out more in different forms. It could be through advocacy, it could be through peaceful protest, it could be through speaking to people you are connected to, and so that this issue can be handled the right way. Because if this issue is not handled the right way, I don't know what would be our message or judge in 2029 if we say otherwise in 2023. I don't really know. So I am thinking it is from this background that the president, His Excellency Bouaka, has said everyone who is connected will be brought to book, and they will not have mercy on anyone. But again, I also encourage people to still continue to speak. The civil society group, I'm not seeing much of them. I'm not hearing much of them like it was in previous months or in previous years. I don't know what is happening, but we hope they can speak out more, and we also hope that the security will be able to do that job, especially LDA and the police will be able to do that job. So that's what I would say.
Like you just said here tonight, I'm really focusing on you because you've been away for a very long time. So we want to get your actual perspective on many issues that have been happening across the country. So you just said here tonight, the Unity Party-led government, which you supported, campaign against drugs. Now, with the way the issue of drugs is proliferating across the country, and the way the LDA have been handling the issues, especially with the 19.2 million, less a prosecution process when it comes to indictment, the process of pressing your interest to tend to suspect and all of that. Do you think this government is actually standing on the principle of fighting drugs? Even though the president said whosoever is involved will get prosecuted, but this president has changed 2 LDA directors. Now we have the day. do you think that this third LDA director is actually fighting against drugs with this 19.2 million ranging from the airport? Now, what we know is that the police have not told us where these drugs came from. But from the investigation process, they told us that this was a transnational investigation. What's your take?
Okay, you're also asking whether the government is able to handle the issue of drugs. Like in a town, something happened in the town, and then there is a committee or your group of people that are responsible for, maybe let's say an ethics committee is responsible to look into grievances or so, and then they started the investigation or started talking around the case, and then the town chief or the paramount chief or that clan comes out and say whoever was involved in that will be brought to book, no matter who you are. It gives the citizen hope of that clan. It gives the citizen hope of that town that whatever it takes, no matter how long it goes, there will be some form of justice served. And we know that the person is not a man of many words, like a regular traditional politician that say many things, but whatever he says, he has always stood by those things. He's a person who is firm on his decision. So I would say, yes, being the head of the government, being the number one in the executive, I would say, yes, they are able to handle this just because he could come out and say, okay, you are wasting time with this investigation. Because of that, you are suspended, you know. So he has many ways that he can bring out the truth or out what justice would seem to be to the victim, to people who have been used. So I would say, yes, they are able to handle the issue of the judge because looking at his activities in the past, I mean, since he became president, there are things that he will say and say this will happen, and it totally happened. So because of that, I would say, yes, they are able to handle the case. Then coming to the LDA, whether the current director is able to handle it, if he thinks he's not able, he just telling the president, giving the president more reasons so that he can be the third person to go out, because I know the president is somebody who doesn't joke about people being sluggish about their duty. So that's what I would also say in that regard. So overall, yes, the government is able to handle the case, and when the president gets ready, he will take the action that will make the truth to come out. Thank you.
Madam Lorena Dunkeh is on the show here, Vic Sealing, after a couple of months being away. And we are very glad to have her here tonight on the show as we discuss national issues too as well. I wanted to have a take on these major issues before we go to our current discussion. Recently, the chairman of Unity Party, Luther Tappert, he said the government needs to reshuffle. The president needs to reshuffle his cabinet. The CEO got something to say. Jackson got something to say. TK got something to say. Well, let me start with you, Madam Lorena. Do you think, in your opinion, do you agree with Luther Tappert, the chairman of the Unity Party, that President Joseph Yoman Boakai needs to reshuffle his cabinet? If yes, why? If no, why?
Okay, so when I started, I said I will be on the show. My role will not be like before. So I work for a project that is both political and diplomatic, because it is political in the sense that it is U.S. government money that we are using that is funding our project. It is diplomatic because it is country giving support to another country. So sitting on this show to say yes, the president will reshuffle means that certain people should go out of job. So it is not in my business to say that. If the president sees the need, and if the chairman of Unity Party sees the need and suggests that to the president, and the president say, yes, this is something that we should do for X, Y, and Z, and the president does that, who am I? I don't have anything to say about that. Thank you.
Very strategic.
Your son miss you. Your son miss you. As you can see, the man miss you. So they may not think to get. They may not think to our guest tonight by force. He very miss you. The man saw you in the back. You know the funny thing.
10 March, I've been out. So since I'm here enjoying the video, just me a question. They want I'm able to answer straight, I will answer straight. They want to have to be political and diplomatic about, I will give you the diplomatic answer.
Thank you. So, CEO, let's go to the issue of reshuffling the government.
Yeah,
Tell us,
the man saw Lorena in the bar. He called me straight. Said, guess who in the bar? Lorena in the bar. You could tell the excitement for the man's voice. The man missed his mind. So that man is on show. But anyway, again, welcome to the show. I think I will have to lean on her side too. But here's the funny thing, or the interesting part, because the chairman said he was going to give his list to the president as his recommendation for those who are not the ministry or the government officials that are not doing well, for them to reshuffle. And then when he made that statement, the information minister, deputy information minister, who happens to be speaking for the government, came and debunked that, and he disagreed with the chairman entirely. So it gave mixed signal there. But I think it's up to the president, it's up to the president to make that call. That's why he's the boss. That's why he's the president. As you can tell that even the party official, the government official, and the party officials, senior officials are disagreeing on that. The way the president needs to come in and decide if he feels that his cabinet is working well, his government officials are working well, or they are not working well. But if you leave with the chairman making recommendation, the information minister coming out, or deputy information minister coming out and say, no, what the chairman says is not true, then it leaves the public in doubt there. So that's what I got to say. But I think it's up to the president to decide who should stay or who should go, or if everyone is functioning well or not. So that's my take on that. I think we'll go to DK to see if he can welcome our sis first before he gave his take on that topic. But yeah, you man, we can hear you muted.
No, I say I knew I stay on mute, but I said I'm a turn so that I will hear you before I speak. Welcome, Lorena. There, why? Let me say this. You see, when people get job, then they stay away from their own family people. You get big job now, we can't see you. I'm just kidding, Mama. We miss you. We miss you. We miss you. Two things I wanted to say. Number one, our society and the governance system and everything, they want for things to be in the media until the things die. So maybe they want the justice to live in the media until when people not talking about it, then the justice die. I can remember when we had people from NEMA, I think we were the only institution that were talking about it, but we tired because the government not taking any action. So millions of dollars from our poor people money, people suffering. We were talking about it for a few times. We tired because we not see any action. So I think this will be about a drugs issue because the president has refused to take action. I put the drugs case squarely on the government. Nothing else. So anybody that want to say anything that they're business about, I put the whole drugs thing on the government, and the president has refused to take action because the DEA boss, who is my own brother, those people should be suspended by now. Because which country that people will do now, man, that drugs thing that the president declare enemy number one, that you will do the investigation like every day, like the spider story like that. So I don't have interest in that drugs thing. You don't get anything for to talk about it, like I will talk about our money that the people stole in Nima. The aid, I will talk about it a few times. We get tired. They'll be talking about it. I don't have any interest. Any serious government needs to take action. So when you're not taking action and you get slow on every other action, the people will assume that you are not serious. So that's why I see that President Barker and government are doing. That's my take on this. I think they just want to die in the media. Want to die in the media, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got Jackson from District 5 there from Nima that is relaying our show. And Jackson is a journalist there. I know he has heard a lot about this. But Clinton, talk to us. What are you hearing there? What's the people reaction in the district in Nima there? You know, when they call in and when you are out in the street, what are you hearing? What's the people take on this?
Okay, thank you very much, CEO. I think DK was speaking as able to say he's living a rural era because this has been the most saying from most people now in the rural area, especially. It's part of Liberia where we live. You know, each time you bring the issue of the drugs on the radio to discuss it, most people input will be Clinton, you just need to forget about this thing because if to say this government really like this, they stated from the beginning that drugs were going to be their number one enemies, which they are going to fight. If to say they were serious about that statement, then by now they're supposed to take action. But then they just say that at the time, maybe they feel that they were in politics, and that was a major, thing that people were taking George Weah. Maybe he was the cause of drugs in this country. So they just used that to get into the power. And other people said the issue of drugs is one of the things even the government are using to make money in this country. So there is no government that will just come and fight drugs easily, but they will just do the pronouncement, or the action will not be taken at the end of the day. So, like Brother DK was saying, these have been the major saying of most people, even other people were clear with it that the issue of drugs is not only to the upper part of the government, is also to the lower part. Talking about the police, the LDA that are stand on the field, most of them are even using the opportunity now. Maybe they are being DA now, they are using that as opportunity to even do the drug business now from place to place. So it just is not something that people need to take serious. Each time you bring the topic on the radio, more people cannot even contribute to it because they said they are talk and nothing is happening, and the government is not doing anything about it. So this is why most of the time now we don't discuss the drugs issue now on the radio because people are fed up with it now, and there is no action according to them.
So you are getting people that are just tired of the whole drugs discussion, and I think it goes across the board. Like DK said, even in the U.S. here, or the people in the diaspora will say the same thing, and people in Monrovia too will say. And it's unfortunate. People will say that in Nigeria, like bro business, or give that in 2 weeks from now. People thought they get tired, and that whole thing will just die. And unfortunately, that way is headed. So it is. It's really really sad that it is happening that way. And if we want to want change, something has to happen somewhere. But Clinton, read the number out to the people, and let's
Go. What Clinton do that? That means they say things quickly. Clinton number ready. You know, I'm standing there. I think you and myself talked about this few days ago. I have a family member that I will not call their name. I have a family member that is struggling with this, that I had to put them in rehab, that I spent just this weekend more than $600, that just to admit them. So families are suffering, and when you ask the person why you're doing this, they're not saying anything because the thing is just available in the community. My fear now is when this person come out clean, am I saying taking in the same community that the thing is everywhere? This is my worry. And so many families are feeling sad the way I'm feeling sad. I'm really frustrated. I know the politics and everything there, but my fear is I'm spending all this money on my family member, but where am I taking this person in the very community that the drugs is? So I'm just sitting down here. What else do I do to prepare this person when they come out clean? And so it's just frustrating. Clinton, you can go ahead.
Clinton, read the number for the people. We want to interact with our audience today. You know, the people from Nimba County, the folks from Nimba who want to participate in the show. Read the number out. I have the number on the screen.
Okay, especially those who are listening to Voice of BKS, getting the live voices of our newsmaker on the online TV tonight. The number is, that's the station number, 0887 87 40 20, 0887 87 4020, 0887 87 40 20, 0887 87 40 20. So that's the number to bring you live and clear on the topic on the discussion tonight. If you have any other issues, maybe on your mind that you want to discuss on the platform, that's the number to bring you live and clear on the radio and also on the show, the BKS online show tonight.
Thank you. And you can open the line. People who want to call now, they can start calling. So I'll go to Sis Lorena here. So I know your current job has a little bit to do with healthcare. Without speaking for the organization, without speaking for them, but speaking in your own capacity here, the health, I mean, you are very passionate about the healthy maternal death rate and improvement in all those sectors. I know you've been away for a long time, almost 10 years to us, because 2 days away from the platform, if it feels like 10 days. What has been some of the improvement or some of the things that you've heard or you guys have been saying since you left? I don't know if you're still involved with the advocacy part of it, given the nature of your job. I saw, you and my own brother, Jan, the last time, doing your handshake and stuff like that. But how has it been? What's your take on the way things have been going so far under this government when it comes to the healthcare fee, and especially in the rural area?
Okay, so thank you, Avin. It's not that my job is a little about healthcare, but it is actually about healthcare, and it is a maternal newborn child health project funded by the United States government, Department of State, and we are working in 7 counties. We are actually 2 groups that are supporting Liberia. I'm not speaking for them, and another group is in 4 counties while we are in 7 counties. And from the counties that we support, from January up to now, I would say there are a lot of improvement we're not wanting to mention data or statistics, but I would say there are a lot of improvement in many activities. That's all I would say on the overall. So that means that we are headed somewhere. We are making progress, not only as a sector, but also as a nation in healthcare.
All right, thank you. And you say you don't have the data. Clinton, make sure you open the line.
No,
if you haven't.
I think now wanting to give data to good figures, I would say there are improvement, especially speaking from where we support, there is improvement.
And you say you can't get the county name, but we have to be biased here now. We're Nima County. Is Nima involved?
No, Nima is not one of our county.
And I'll follow up my question. Why?
So it is a ministry that assigns county to partners. So they gave us 7 counties. So Ellis and I shaking here. Ellis is one of our sub-grantee. So he in 4 of our counties, and there's another organization which is also one of our sub-grantees. They are in 3 counties, but Nima is not actually a part. We are mostly in the east and southeast, and then Bomi and Cape Town from the western belt. Yeah.
Thank you, DK. You have any questions to add to that?
I can use to talk about my work, because since USU doesn't pay money for publicity, I mean, for media, so I can use the time here and talk about my work.
Oh, absolutely. I think you should go for it. Tell us a little bit about what you do. In the meantime, when you're talking, maybe Clinton will get called, and when Clinton get called,
but she will pay for the other service.
Clinton, you are muted. So yeah, while Lorena talks about her or the job she does, if we get a call, make sure you take the caller and let them know that the lines are open. They can call us and discuss any topic, anything they want to discuss tonight as it relates to Liberia, Nima County, or they can even address our guest, because she's almost a guest tonight, our guest in the studio.
Okay, so as I was saying, our project is maternal newborn child health. We are working to support the government of Liberia and the Ministry of Health to enhance or strengthen what they are already doing. We are in 7 counties. And in one of our objectives, which is the community component that has to do with strengthening the relationship between the community and facilities, we hire 2 local organizations because we are about sustainability. So we hire 2 organizations. We hire Public Health Initiative of Liberia, and they have 3 counties, and we have CHESS that have 4 counties. So CHESS is in Maryland, Chile, and Sano, while Phil is in Bomi, Catemont, and Riverside. So that work create awareness, make sure the relationship between the community dwellers and the facility is one that people can use to be able to have trust in the system. And it's about people making the facility their first thought when there's a problem, instead of making it that second or third option. It's about improving the feedback system between the communities and the facility, because sometimes when the community refer to the facility, the patient gets there, but the community doesn't get feedback from the facility what happened there. So those are the kind of work Phil and CHESS will be doing over the next month. I'm not going to say how much each of them got. It is not in my place. They are at liberty to come out to say how much they got for their project for the time. And I see we started on a good footing because we got reports today coming in from one of them. So at the facility level, we are happy to support the county health team to strengthen them, talking about capacity building, talking about enhancing what they're doing it on time. Those are the kind of work we are doing. And talking about capacity building, a lot of trainings we are doing to make sure that, especially in the 365 initiative that is being that was launched by the Minister of Health and the first leader of the Republic of Liberia. So we are doing training according to the WHO guideline to build all the capacity of our healthcare workers, that they are able to manage, they are able to detect early, postpartum hemorrhage, and be able to manage it in order to reduce maternal death, because it is the #1 cause of maternal death globally, including Liberia. So those are the kind of work we are doing. We are dealing with 42 health districts and 187 facilities. So you can see why I have not been on the show is because I manage a team of 27 men and women from diverse backgrounds, data analysts, and health worker, finance team. I have a finance team of 5 persons. And then I have 14 persons in these 7 counties, and partner engagement, stakeholder engagement. So it's been really, really hectic trying to serve my country from a private perspective. Yeah, thank you. So I will stop here in case any questions.
You got to add a private DK, you got it? I know you asked about the advertisement fee. If she's going to pay for the advertisement she's doing here. You want to speak to that?
Lorena, because you want to ask you political question. When you say private, you apply for the job while in America?
No, I applied for the job while I was here. So the team came down in January of this year on the they call it scoping mission test, the feasibility of the project, and then they had a vacancy on the interview 3 persons, and I was the 4th person, and the final person the interview decided upon me. And then okay, so they were looking for a midwife with a master's degree in maternal child health or a master's degree in international development. And I have a master's degree in maternal child health, and I'm doing a second master in international development from the AMU University. So then, coupled with more than 15 years of experience in NPH, so God first, I was selected as the preferred and most qualified candidate as the project director for this job. So I'm the head of my team in Liberia.
How
Otherwise,
much?
when we say contract
How much
director, what?
is your pay?
Madam Lorena, why do you answer to this defeated candidate from Unico? Why do you?
No, but she was. They may say you making. She was supporting me with everything, so that they may say you making. But I go to your pay. How much is your pay?
So salaries are personal business, you know that. As a man working here in America, you know that.
Okay, so Lorena, go ahead, Joe.
Well, thank you to all of those who are watching us. Vex Elaine, it's been a while. We've not have Madam Lorena Donke on the show here. And of course, today we have her here. We're discussing issues surrounding Liberia, policy issue, and a couple more with a little bit of politics. So if you're listening to us and you maybe want to make your contribution to the show, you can call us on the numbers you see on the screen, +250-795-428-947 is the WhatsApp number. 087-8740-208, the local number too. You can call us on here tonight as we have the conversation. We have Madam Lorena Donke here. You know, she's one of our panelists, one of our ardent partners of this platform. Jackson Miamin is also there from, we have Big Pricing, I believe is a caller. Hello. Good evening. What's your name and where do you join us from?
I'm calling from Pennsylvania.
Are you guys hearing him?
Yeah, he's a little low there, but we can hear you now.
Fuma, can you be a little bit audible? How you doing, Chief?
Okay. Yeah, this is Fuma Toure. I'm calling from Pennsylvania. I heard the CEO saying that we should call on the issue of Liberia and Niba County.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm calling to make some input.
Yeah, let's hear you. When it comes to Liberia, Nema, what's your take, Chief? Give us your opinion.
You see, let me put it this way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very sorry for you, the younger generation that next to us. Because historians and land people have said that if you don't know your history, you will not know where you are, and you will not know where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
If that is true, I'm afraid that some of you, we will lose Liberia. You see, this is what I like about this show. Even the CEO right there, I remember, I don't want to give him bad memory this afternoon, but I remember seeing his father.
Oh, wow.
In Stanikwe, he used to come there with my late uncle, Kamon Soko Sako.
Yes.
One of the justices in early time.
Mm-hmm.
They are all there today. One thing about us in Liberia, I don't know if it's a curse or what it is. Sometimes we just take things light. Like this drug issue. Everybody saying, oh, that 10-day issue. When you finish. That's what we say.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope it should not be that way. You, the media, should continue to press on it. That's your job. Bring it out. Whatsoever be it, let us know what is under it. Who bringing drugs to our country to destroy ourselves and our generation? Everybody has family member that is affected in Liberia by drug. And after that, we have lied on our history that nobody got true history of Niba County or Liberia. Nobody. Everybody just narrating your own. Or they say that oral history. No written history. No historical account that you can hold on that this is what that actually happened. I remember the other day when y'all hosted Anthony Kuumba. You know, I put it under there. I think CEO saw it. He was laughing. This is the man I personally interacted with because he was a best friend to my brother. I was living with my brother in San Nicolas, going to school. Best friend. They used to come to my brother's house without gun or bodyguard. Yes, they walk in. We used to clean the table. Well, after eating, we used to clean the table.
So for my, let me ask you this. What's your recommendation? Because these things, one may say they are history and we need to walk past that. What's your recommendation now?
My recommendation is we have hurt ourselves so much. We have wounded ourselves so much. The entire Liberia, needless to say, Niba County especially, we wounded ourselves so much until we can narrate the true history and sit down and reconcile among ourselves. Let bygone be bygone. That's the only way, because you cannot cure sickness if you don't know what kind of sickness it is.
Thank you.
Right?
Yes, sir.
You got to know this is the sickness and here is the remedy to it.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
That's it.
Thank you.
You know, we got to set the fight. When you see some people narrating the story, even the Niba raid, all the war fighting among ourselves for nothing. Nobody can tell you the reason. What was the killing of Niba County or Liberia? Nobody can tell you the reason.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
Nobody can tell you.
Thank you.
Now, how can people live like that?
Thank you.
We know everybody went through the war. The Europeans went through their war, but they put it in paper. They said they should not be repeated. Here was the cause. This what happened. Here is the true history. This should not happen again. You were wrong. You were right.
Thank you.
Sit down.
Thank you, Chief.
And it is your job, the media.
Thank you.
It is your job. You know, thank God some of you going to school. Learn. We all have learned, but we will not give you the true baton until we sit down among ourselves to say, actually, we lie on this one here. Yeah, we did this, we did that. Then we can come out with the truth.
Thank you. So you just listened to Fuma, and apparently this might be our last discussion before we go. I needed to bring that topic on here this evening. You follow the recent proliferation of land dispute in Liberia. You saw the Jamaica Road land dispute recently. For those of you who see the war in Liberia, and some of us that saw some of the videos, I think some of the videos we saw during the war was not different from what we saw at the Jamaica Road recent day before yesterday. It was no different. Roadblock, police cannot enter, people throwing stones, people throwing copart, people doing everything they can to protect their land. When the TRC came, they needed to have found the cause of what brought the dispute, what brought the civil war to our country. They found 3 major causes. According to them, injustice was number 1. Number 2 was land dispute, very major one. And now we're seeing the proliferation of people selling land to 2, 3, 5 families, people fighting over those lands. And I don't know whether our government are saying this recommendation that came from these international communities. I don't know whether they have saw those recommendations or they just decide to let it go. But let's hear you on this issue. What do you think the government can do when it comes to land dispute, double selling of land in Liberia? how can we pass this issue? What is your major recommendation that you think the government needs to act on it? I will start with you, Madam Lorena, and I will go to the CEO before we go to Siawete, who is just joining us, and then Jackson before we close.
Yeah, and so it's kind of a complicated thing because for the fact that most of the land in question are owned by private citizens, maybe families or so, and some people, some caretakers, and so and then they sell it to 3-4%. I know there's a law, a new land law that talks about if I sell a land to you and sell it to another person, so the person that has I think the older deed is the owner of the land, and I think I who sold the land will also be charged. So maybe what the government can do is to make sure those policies, those laws are really enforced, so that when people take advantage of people, they are not just settling things on the push, but they are really maybe facing the consequence of the law, because sometimes people save for almost a year to buy a piece of, or a plot of land. Some people save for 6 months, and then only for you to buy the land in somebody's land. There's a lady in the US, I don't know her, but I was coming from the beginning, who stopped at the scene, and then she bought a land in Marshall. When she bought the land in Marshall, and then she went, and according to her mom was telling her, don't buy the land. Don't buy the land, go buy land. Maybe pins with error, don't see with error. You can still find land around here, but don't. She said she won't be on the highway. All her friends from the state get land on the highway. So she bought the acre of land, and she paid people to brush the place. So when we were coming from Buchanan, only to find out that somebody called, that somebody putting us on the place. In 2 weeks, somebody had built a very, huge foundation. And the person happened to be the person who actually bought that land from the people. Now they're telling us, say, they will relocate you. And when we talk about relocation, if you're not careful with that instant joint, will relocate you because it will be a very swampy area. So it's kind of frustrating, but all the government can do is to make sure that the law that we have regarding these things are reinforced, so that people can feel protected when they're spending that money to invest in land. Because in other countries, including the US, the Australia, Nigeria, landed properties are serious investment. But like when you get it, you can say, your land is appropriate, everything. You can say maybe after 2-3 days, you can say, me sell 1 acre or so. But in Liberia, if you buy land, you must be willing to build a house right away. You can't really keep it. So that's what I would say. The law they just use the law to reinforce and protect people who are investing in the property.
Now the law is there, but then it seems like it's not being enforced. A lot of people double selling land to individuals. Would you go back to the issue of Luther Tappert saying that the government should be reshuffled?
But I think this goes beyond this government, though. No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I think he was asking you.
Yeah, so Gian, as I want to repeat, Luther Tappert is the chairman of the political party that produced this government. And so if the Reverend sees a faith and think it is necessary and think some people are not working,
no, I'm asking you now because of the issue we're seeing in the country, the proliferation of double selling of land, people fighting over land. Representative Ennis from the 55th legislature, he's currently having a land dispute with Gus Williams from Nima. And now you're seeing the issue from the Jiminka Road. You're seeing all of those land disputes and all of that. But the law is on the book. Should we blame the judges? Let me put it this way. Should we blame the judges who gave permit? Or should we blame the surveyor who also sees it that this land has been surveyed to another person and still goes on to survey that land to another individual and giving it another permit? Who do we blame in this situation? Is it a private surveyor, or do we blame the judge who gave the deed and signed on the deed, Is it that there is no record in the court to show that Madam Lorena bought this land in 2024 from Siawete Zogetua, and today Siawete Zogetua is also selling land to Junior Payne, and it's being surveyed by 2 different surveyors? Who do we blame?
So I'm not an expert in this, but I want to think that our system have not matured to the point that if a deed is entered of a, let's say this where I'm sitting, if this place is sold to somebody else and that person brings that deed for it to recognize that this deed already belongs to somebody, or this spot already belongs to somebody. I don't think it is that, because like, for example, in America, if you put an address up, you can see everything about that address, but I don't think our system is yet there yet. So maybe the people are land commission, the people are the archive. Maybe those are some of the things they should be working on, how they can improve that kind of system, so that, like for example, I was buying a property recently and I carried a deed to archive and it was not in the system. So I was afraid. And then I carried to land, it was in the system. And then so I wanted to know what happened. So and I tried to compare, have the 2 people talk. And then the people from archive said, once it is a land commission and it is not here, it means that land is legit in the person's name. It is a land, it's archive, and it's not a land commission, you should be worried. Because it is possible that people can go and just fake certain things. So we are looking for certain serial number on that to make sure whatever for that mean. And then because it's a land, we host everything on it. So and then I established that it was actually his property. That was some 3 months ago. And so but people really don't have patience for all those things.
In your opinion, now we have the law, but the system is not set in order to implement the law.
That's what our system is not at a point where, for example, maybe as the couple road, Black Sea, with their landmark, this description is sold to Lorena Duncan. And then I see description of land is sold to Siawete. So when they plug it in the system, it will tell you that this land already belongs to Lorena. Is she the one selling it? Our system is not there yet. And that's something the 2 responsible bodies, a land commission and archive, need to work on to see what can happen. Is it doable? Yes, it can be done if we want it to be done. But as it is now, anybody can sell land, even 10%. So people just have to do correct, good verification before you put your money behind property. That's what I would say.
Thank you. So see, I will follow up on this question for you to answer it for us. Do you think if this situation continues, it might escalate to something in which the government of Liberia would not want to see when it comes to the double sharing of land, people arguing over land? The recent thing we saw between Representative Anez and that of Gus Willing, and what we saw recently at the Jamaica Road.
Yeah. First of all, I want to make a point. So this whole land issue, reselling land, double selling land, the lack of accountability, I think it extends beyond just this UP regime. It's not just this government, it goes way back. So we want to make that clear. So it's a systemic issue that regime after regime has been faced with, and that has to be discussed. And we have to go back to the root cause and see how it can be fundamentally fixed and addressed. One of the things that I think will help for those that have been here, says Lorena, Siawete will speak to that as well, is to have system, computer, digital system when it comes to record keeping, when it comes to digitizing all records. So, and once that happens, it will really help. Is it going to eliminate the whole reselling? No, it's not going to eliminate it totally, but it will help curtail it a little bit. I think government has to invest more resources into that when it comes to addressing that issue. And then secondly, you spoke to that, Lorena spoke to that as well, enforcing the laws that we have on the books. The sad thing is when people do things and then they get to know somebody up there, when they punish them, the person call their big person, the next thing they free them and nothing happens. So it gives the other people more reasons to do that. When you do that, and they take you to court, and just 1 or 2 phone calls away, then you are out of there. Until the government can start really persecuting people who are involved in these type of criminal behavior, I would say, it won't be able to address that. So example has to be set. The government has to enforce the laws that we have on the books in order for this to happen. But like you said, though, it's very serious. It's not in any society, any good society, if you don't have system in place to curtail these things, it turned out to be bad. Everybody right in Namon River, excuse me, everybody reselling right in Namon River, Ralphie Highway. Now everybody reselling land and things. So it makes people scared. And one thing it also does is it makes investors concerned, worry about coming to Liberia to invest. If they don't have even good land law in place to protect people, I mean, everybody gets scared. When I invest my money, I'm not sure that this land I'm buying for myself. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a lady doing the CDC reading that was here. I guess she was in collaboration with either McGill, one of those big government officials, and to buy some type of property into a real estate. Someone I claimed to be a real estate agent in Liberia. She invested her money and she bought the land on Ralphie Highway there. When she came, it turned out to be that the land, that the whole thing was just complete fiasco. So, and then she was on Facebook, YouTube, saying that if you send that type of message across the world and other people who have interest in coming to Liberia see that, it tends to so it's not just you and myself buying land, selling land, not working, but other folks who want to come in with investment may be having issues or concern when it comes to that. So to climax my point, the government has law on book. It just has to be reinforced. And it's not one party. You can't blame a specific regime for that.
Thank you so much, CEO. And we'll go to Jackson. Jackson, give us your perspective on this issue and see how we take. Then Romeo Wiz is joining us. Will take us home on this before we go for our party. Hey, Jackson, you muted, Chief.
Jackson, you're muted.
Okay, are you hearing me clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like I was saying, thank you very much for that issue. We live in this country, and this is one of the major issues that most people are facing with right now in this country, especially in the urban area, like the cities. The issue of land is not just restricted in Monrovia or reselling land from place to place. Myself,
you can resell in Buto there too. Into the farm.
Not Butu. I'm talking about places like Ganta and all of those places.
I just want to start getting rid of it because the minimum resale land out there. Come and start investing.
If you get place in Butu, it's a key way. It's just like you need to post something kind of special because the citizens have emerged to come up with the strong, words that if you get place in Butu where you have not put anything down, they're going to restore it, and then when you can't, they will, relocate you because these have been a cause.
So, hold on, Clinton, you're making a silly point. So you're talking about relocating people. Where did you learn that from Monrovia? I know that in Monrovia people don't carry out that's what.
No, according to them, the main reason is that most of the time when people come in Butu, they always say that Butu is not clean. There are grass all over in Butu, and according to the citizen, the main reason is that there are a lot of people who have purchased land in Butu and they have not put in anything like structure on those land. And at the end of the day, they are not coming to do brushing, all of those things, and the grass are growing heavily on those land. And then, as a citizen of Butu, you cannot just get on and go to brush somebody else's on a place. So at the end of the day, those places will get bushy and there is no maintenance. So this is a reason that they are coming up by saying that if you get placed in Butu and you don't want to put anything down, they will sell it to another person. and if you can't, you ready, they relocate you. So, but the issue of the land, selling land to more than two person now is something that is very bad. And myself, my sister is a victim to that, and as a result, she was unable to do something, and she was forced now to go and live in some kind of small community right near Ganta now, by the name of Negbe. But she purchased the land in Ganta at the LPRC community, but later on, when she went to go and put something on the place, it was for somebody else. And the amount the person talking about to re-bought that land for her was very huge that she couldn't afford. So she was forced out to go in Negbaina to get something, I mean, to get placed there. So it's getting very bad. And it's coming small from Monrovia. We are talking about Ganta. Maybe in the next 2, 3, 4 years, we'll be talking about Butu.
But
So it's
earlier
getting
that you're talking about relocating people, you're talking about that one and that Marvel people started. So, but
yeah, so
my land, our land, the radio station on whatever when I try because I
I've been
wanna,
one of the land, so don't forget boy. Nothing
yeah,
can be land.
I try wanna. But yeah,
So
I
that's
think
it.
it's a serious thing.
So that's it.
Anyways, thank you, Jackson. That was a very salient point. All of us here, one way or the other, we might be victim of land dispute in Liberia. And I think it's an issue that the government needs to focus on, because the way in which we discuss land dispute in Liberia is very terrible. All of us, we get very terrified when somebody take our land, or when we hear that our relative land has been taken from them. All of us get very terrified one way or the other. So in my opinion, a recommendation to the government, I think they need to try their possible best to see how best they can set up a committee to resolve this thing, because the recent Jamaica Road dispute that I saw, police went there, citizens couldn't listen to them. People were harmed. There were people who went home with bruises and all of that because of land dispute. So in order to resolve that, like Mana Lorena said, the government needs to set up certain kind of committee to resolve those things. But it's been a wonderful conversation here this evening.
So we're coming close out. Zoga is a busy man.
Yes.
You know, the man tend to be American. I want you to come on so you can speak small series to Sis Lorena before we close here. But you know, the man busy in the back there. But before we close, I just want to give my take on they're gonna walk up. You know, me, I'm a sports friend, so I gotta talk about it. Which, you know, we hosted a show here where we brought football experts on here. My own brother Abdul and other guys came on here and they talked. Sekou Kalasco was on, and several of my friends came on. We had discussion. What I predicted is exactly what happened. I predicted that Spain was going to hold the ball majority of the game, which they did. I said Spain had the best defense in the whole World Cup, which they showed it. They stopped Messi, the great Messi, and Argentina team from even having a shot at the goal in the first 90 minutes. Can you imagine that they played the whole game? Messi and his team could not make a shot at Spain. So I also predicted 2-0. You know, in the beginning score more than 5 goals, but again, thanks to the ref for canceling most of them, and I predicted that Spain was going to win, and Spain did exactly that. The reason why I didn't want Messi to win, it had nothing to do with his legacy. I think he's the greatest player on earth in our generation, period. But I'm a fan. I don't like the way fans can behave, especially in Liberia. They hail him too much. They make it look that he's a meaning. So my opposition to Messi started with my late friend Dante. He used to be a big Messi fan, you know, Messi. And I was sitting thinking, my brother Baka Jaliba, he will come a whole thesis of Messi. He will come out a whole thesis of Argentina team. He did it throughout the tournament, and he predicted we were going to win this game, and they never. So I was sitting thinking, I said, imagine if Argentina win the game. We will have to leave Facebook. Some will have to deactivate and run away from Facebook. But overall, all jokes aside, it was a great game. I think we all should relish the fact that we are all watching history. And unfortunately or sadly, this tournament will probably be the last we'll see Messi in an Argentinian jersey, and the last we'll see Ronaldo in an Argentinian jersey. And we won't be able to find those two pairs where you have greatness in Messi, greatness in Ronaldo competing and arguing who's the world best, who's the greatest of all time. I don't think we'll see that in the next generation or so. But overall, I think football won, and congratulations to Spain. Now, also, the district league is about to start. I spoke with the chairman today, and he confirmed that it will start on August 1st. So we are working on bringing the steering committee on here to talk to the people about the district league and all that. BKS TV is going to be in full swing, covering all games from start to finish this year, and we look forward to partnering with the county team to make sure that BKS logo is on there. But we hope everyone turned out. Last year, district league was very good. It brought a lot of people in, and the passion. You see everybody cheering their respective district, and it's one of those times that brings Nimba together, and we look forward to seeing that. So that's it. That will be my parting comment and everything. I feel bad. Sierra is not on. Hopefully, we'll get him on the next time.
Thank you, CEO. I agree with you. Many of those things you said. Smarty and I agree with is to have Messi and Ronaldo, competitor. Before Messi and Ronaldo, we had Pele, Diego Maradona from the same Argentina.
Was it in your generation? I said in our generation.
No. We're speaking of our generation now. Your generation past. Your generation, we will talk about Diego Maradona. We'll talk about Pele. My generation is Messi and Ronaldo. The next generation, we're going to be talking about different breed of people. Maybe Michael Olise, or we're talking about Lamine Yamal. We're talking about the man Kylian Mbappe. These are people we're going to be talking about in the next generation. But right now, maybe our generation will get rid of Cristiano Ronaldo. They'll get rid of Lionel Messi. But your generation, we had Diego Maradona.
No, I'm not that old. I'm not that old.
So, it's my turn now.
Yeah, we're coming to you. But man, I got to erase on checkpoint. I'm not that old. My generation was more, I would say, President Weah, Zidane, the original Ronaldo, and who else? Yeah, maybe we'll put Ronaldinho there and other man, but
okay, let's take it that way. Let's say President Weah. Let's say the original Ronaldo. Let's say,
and I'm still sharing. I'm sharing Messi and the other Ronaldo too. Still there.
This is my problem.
Yeah,
you don't want to give me the chance to be junior. That's my name dictates.
No, why let's go to Celtic. Let's Celtic give it a stay before.
So Celtic, before we go, let's hear you. The World Cup final was great. Mana Lorena, as my Chelsea fellow supporter, she's on the show here tonight. We both support Chelsea. You support Manchester United. You and the CEO support the same team. I don't know which team my friend and brother Jackson Miami supports.
Barcelona for life. Barcelona.
Okay. FCB. The preseason, I know that Manchester United is down the line. You guys are not doing very well in the preseason matches. Your first match, you played a big team in your first match. Let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. I'm sorry that I didn't follow the conversation. I got home, I think, a little late. So
Mana Lorena here.
So firstly, let me welcome.
Before you welcome Mana Lorena, you got to do it in a special way. How you doing, my brother? It's very good to have you on the show here this evening. It's a very great thing, sir. How are you, my brother?
Like you tell me speak to you and I
want to distract me, so I don't. Those are tactics always.
You catch me.
So yeah, so CEO. I mean, it's a pleasure to be back. Like I said the last time, I don't think most time we even need guests. I think our conversation here, have attracted the public because we are giving news, that is consumable by the public. So the honor is on us to appear to provide the information. So it's a pleasure, Jackson, to to be in studio. Good evening to our people in Butuo, Buyao, and Nimba as a whole. Says Lorena, it's a pleasure to see you again. The Iron Lady will hope. I think this is your, I don't know, is it your debut in the new year? So
she started about this year.
Okay, after maybe a few months.
Yeah.
So it's a pleasure to see. You know, your face alone is value addition to the platform because we need more females, like we said. Because even when Senator Snow came here the last time, same thing. You know, so we actually need females from, you know, all sides of the coins, whether opposition, non-position. I mean, people who got the intellectual strength, ability to discuss. Those are faces we need. So, I mean, for me, I'm very delighted to be here, Gian. Like I said, I don't know what was some of the discussion.
So we end on the issue of the sports. Just give her your perspective.
The World Cup?
The World Cup final last night. Just give her your perspective on that.
Well, I mean, like some of us predicted, I think it was very shameful because FIFA could not really award Messi why he could not play, because from the beginning we saw a lot of irregularities from FIFA, VAR, I don't know, all these technology now being produced by them to subdue some other team like Cape Verde, Egypt, you know, because those were teams that were affected by Argentina with their presence. So
those were teams that were beaten by Argentina.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, we saw how football was, you know, conducted. The game, personally for me, we congratulate Spain. That's why I wanted. I usually don't share for Spain, but you know, for just because of Messi, now I had to share for Spain. Yeah, because if it was Spain, maybe in any of the European teams, I would share for Spain against Spain. Because for one, on the entire team, that's one of the teams you see they are very racist. That's one. Personally, for me, that's my opinion. You see the Argentina team and other, you know, countries.
The man I get it, assist that pass the ball we have the African picking.
Yeah, CEO, to my recollection from I don't know how many years, black players we ever have from I think 2008 was Marcos Sina. Mm-hmm. Since Marcos Sina left the page, I don't think we ever had a black man. Maybe like you said, we had another black man on the team. Because the first thing, that's why even the National Sports Steering Committee, all the youth and sport now, they are trying to introduce a base player where at least you can feel, because football is connection. You see something before you share for it. The reason why many presidents share for Chelsea now is because the presence of DJ Drogba, Marco Isen, Mikel Obi, you know, 2004 moving forward. So, I mean, the game was good. I think football is setting a new stage. But for me personally, I want to see how the World Best title will be conducted by FIFA again this year. But on the overall, it was good that at least Spain met some of our expectations for the game they play. That showed to the world how Argentina was just, you know, escorted to the final. Yeah.
Thank you, Chief. Malarina, welcome. Let's hear your parting comment.
You're muted, though.
Okay, so like unlike Arvin, I decided to support Messi because I think his story is relatable. As I mean, Bayern would support, would usually support attack from people from the other 14 countries during the country meet. I just felt like, hey, why are people just attacking this guy? I mean, why people are saying all kind of things, Nani gold and she gold. KK gold at KK double at our yellow on Facebook, KK gold and all. I said, okay, say his story looks the mind story as an environment, I was supporting. So that's what the reason I supported him. But the defeat or the victory or Spain, really technically they didn't ask or try anything from me. Because in this case, I was the fan of FC victory. But I just supported Messi because we have a story that connects. And then I would like to say thanks to BKS. Thank you for the role you are playing and giving the information to our people, especially back home, not just in Morovia. Our people too deserve to know what is happening, especially deserving. I mean, hearing it and hearing it as it is the truth. So we'll continue, and I will pray that maybe twice a week I can come on the show. Just depend, because sometimes I come from work very late. Sometimes I leave work 6:30, 7, but I will pray that twice a week I can be on the show, and then we can make our input again. Don't expect me to discuss things as I used to discuss it as Lorena. Now I have to be discussing like someone who is related to Donald Trump.
Mr. OU.
He's scared.
I missed the OU.
Yeah.
I want to
Okay, yeah,
get
so
the Lorena, and I want to have her back on the show here as we go back and forth discussing policy issue about Liberia. But now she's taking a step backward to see how best she can balance.
But she actually did well today, though. She did.
Yeah.
She never held back. It just.
Yeah, she did. She did. Jackson, my man, you part of us. Let's hear you. Your pattern, Chief.
Yeah, is it
Okay,
Lamin Mom from Cape Verde, I believe.
Okay, so thank you very much. The issue of the World Cup, I was like twin fathers, you know. On the other side, for me to get into the game today, it was Lionel Messi, which I consider as my only legend in the football, and also leaving me in the Barcelona, going to Inter Miami. That does not mean that I'm against him. But then I have been with the Barcelona, and also Lamine Yamal, then like the new incoming legend for me, you know, meeting his father. It was a father like a son. So we were just sitting down, everybody school, we celebrate. But you know, later on, you know, the love for the father was too much hard, and at the end of the day, we were like sharing small tears on the other side, and also jubilating on the other side. But nevertheless, it was a little bit better. But so,
That was sweet.
It was a great show yesterday, and I predicted that we would have people like Jackson who support Barcelona, because in a way the result would have gone yesterday, they would still be happy. Lamy is playing, a lot of Barcelona players are also playing for Spain, and then coming to Argentina, they have their GOAT also playing for Argentina. So in a way the result would have gone, Barcelona fan would have been happy. But I want to say, Jackson, was a pretty show with you here tonight. CEO, wonderful show. And Lorena,
but the man and the total, Jackson on in flight though.
Jackson.
So like I was saying, CEO, it was the final was very good. You know, one of the things that we saw was that, you know, Lamine Yamal, the 13 of this month, making 19 years of age. And he's also wearing the number 19 for Spain, and also the final will play on the 19. So it makes 19 to be one of the historical number now in Spain, and also so this is why we are very happy, and thank you very much. I pray that we all will be here. You know, the reason that more people are not calling tonight, the weather is very bad.
Yeah.
And the internet, only the internet is good, but in terms of calling, we are not getting anything like that. That's why more people are not contributing. We pray that tomorrow will be better so that we can move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackson, for being here. Thank you, Siawete, for also being here. Thank you to Madam Lorena Duncan for also following being here tonight. CEO, thank you for also joining. And thank you to all of our listeners for also following us for Voice of BKS, via Facebook and YouTube. I want to say thank you. It has been a wonderful show. We're going to be back tomorrow for another brand new edition of the Heat Hour program. Have a pretty good night from my end. See you.
Adios.